Finally home! Let me show you my struggles up until now with metal stamping my jewelry tag. So these are all of my attempts. What I should have done is I should have actually bought a regular letter stamp first and try that out, and then custom order my logo stamp. See, the impressions are really shallow, but if you look at the one that I impressed with a regular letter stamp, it's like super clear, and I did that in one go without failing at all. So I kind of just ordered this first without actually ever doing metal stamping before. I thought, of course, jewelry tags are tiny, so I wanted the stamp to be as big as possible so that I can press it on the biggest jewelry tag I can find. However, that turned out to be my ultimate downfall, because that is why this stamp is so hard to impress. So you can see, compared to a regular letter stamp, it is a lot bigger and there is a lot more surface space. I started off buying a brass hammer, £1, and that didn't work out, so I moved on to a £2 brass hammer. And then when I contacted my custom stamp shop and told them the struggles that I've been going through, they suggested that I buy a dead blow hammer instead of using brass hammer, so I had to get that as well. I started stamping on just a regular bench block, which I thought was kind of like the only way. I didn't actually even know the existence of anvils. Of course, I've seen these guys before in, I don't know, films or something, I guess, but I never thought I would actually get one. I always pictured it to be kind of like a metalsmith tool for I don't know, swords and stuff. Here I used the anvil and the dead blow hammer, and the impressions came out a little bit better than before, but it is still not great. Let me find one that actually looks okay. Around here you can see the impressions are of course a lot deeper. You can see the whole logo as well. However, I still get little dents on the side, and I think that is maybe because this stamp is rather shallow compared to a regular letter stamp. If you look at it closely, you can clearly see that the regular letter stamp is a lot deeper than my custom logo stamp, and also you can see how the letter stamps kind of fades in, and my logo stamp is kind of like a straight cut all the way down. I think that might be one of the reasons why it is so hard to impress as well. So I sent the stamp back to the shop for them to see if there's actually anything wrong with it, and they said it was perfectly fine. They impressed it all right, and they sent me back a sample of what they stamped. See, it's really deep and it's really pretty, and there's no dents on the side. I don't understand why I cannot get a pretty impression. So I have 3 options from now on. I can either somehow get the stamp to impress properly, or I could order another stamp but just a lot smaller, or maybe tweak my logo a little bit so that it's easier to impress. But this stamp itself costed 2 Hmong yen and more, so that's like $250 about. And yeah, I'm just really iffy about spending all that money again for another stamp and not being able to use this stamp. I don't know, but that seems like the best option. Or I could give up on having a metal jewelry tag and go with something that's like laser cut plastic or something else that's not metal. But then that will also mean that all the tools that I bought for metal stamping will go to waste. Of course, I might be doing more metal stamping if I want to do, say, like a custom name bracelet or something like that, but yeah, I won't be using these tools that much, and all these tools combined is obviously a lot more expensive than buying a new stamp. Also, I bought loads of jewelry tags already, and they are gold filled and sterling silver, which is pretty damn expensive. So I'm probably just going to have to stick with metal stamping. Oh, I realized that I am growing some white hair. At first I thought it might just be the reflection of the light bouncing off my hair, but no. Apparently my dad had white hair too when he was in his 20s, so it's probably just genetics. But it kind of suddenly popped up this year, and I'm thinking that this whole metal stamping business may be the cause, because it's really stressing me out. And yeah, stress causes your body to react in all sorts of ways. Yeah. Oh god.